Happy lunch hour, gang. Okay, obviously it's Saturday, and never let it be said that preppers will not answer the call, because we are already doing it. This morning I put out a video about what was going on and the lack of response, the lack of media coverage, et cetera, about what was going on with the hurricane. And a lot of you guys have probably seen what is going on in Newport, Tennessee, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from me. Okay, not far. It's due east of Knoxville. For all those guys that have ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, this is right there. Okay, Gatlinburg is completely underwater. I put out a call to all y'all this morning for any donations that you guys could help, and we're going to do what we can. This is kind of like ahead of Christmas. It's going to do it again. To see what we can do for helping. I spent the morning on the phone trying to call the churches, the community centers, where they're evacuating people to, et cetera, to no avail. I got a hold of other YouTube channels to see what they were doing. I got a hold of the Cajun Navy to see what they were doing, trying to figure out where we could help. And finally, this is where it gets really silly. Anybody that ever says that social media is trash is wrong. First off, it's about 11 o'clock this morning. We've already raised $1,000, okay, from your donations. I'm hoping we can get that more. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go shopping here this afternoon for a lot of stuff, and I'll explain that in a minute. So finally, on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, I had posted, some of you guys follow me on X, and I said, if anybody knows who I can get in contact with to see what's needed, please let me know. And so one person did and said his brother works for the EMS, and they are putting everything together at the county fairgrounds. And here's the contact information for the folks over there. So I got a hold of them, and they got a hold of, they said they didn't have all the answers of what was needed, because I didn't want to take a whole bunch of stuff, waste money on stuff they don't need. First thought, of course, I had was they're going to need bottled water, right? Well, the guys I talked to on the phone said, well, hang on, let me get you in touch with the EMA, Emergency Management Director. And so they called me back. But it wasn't the Emergency Management Director, because he was up in a helicopter surveying all the damage. It was the Emergency Management Director's girlfriend who called me back, who was managing everything. So this is how crazy it's gotten here, guys. All right, just to give you an idea of this, the insanity of people trying to do stuff and how thinly spread they are. Okay. So I thought that she was going to tell me they need water. She said, no, Walmart and Pepsi have already got semis full of cases of water in there. Good to know. This is why making a phone call first made sense, not showing up with more water and they're like, yippee, we don't need it. See, we've got semis over here full of it. So I asked what they did need, and they sent me a list, okay? And the stuff on here is not what you'd expect. They want cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Pine Sol, sponges, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, shampoo, deodorant, lighters, matches, flashlights. Would you really? I mean, these are all things that we keep, but it's not what you'd think would be top of the priority. But for these people, it is. And again, it makes a lot of sense because they're trying to keep the disease down. So this is what the game plan is. And I'm hoping that more people will continue to donate. I'm working as best I can to do whatever I can. I've got Brett's going to help. He's truck and trailer. Another friend of mine is going to help, truck and trailer, seeing who I can get to help, because we are hoping to get at least 100 buckets, because they want all this stuff in 5-gallon buckets, 100 buckets worth of stuff that we can get to them. You know, and you figure if each bucket full of stuff costs $50, there's $5,000 Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at right now in trying to assist. And think about that. That's 100 buckets of simple stuff like laundry soap, toothpaste, soap, very bare bones necessities for people that don't necessarily have it. Maybe they come around to realize that, okay, putting some of this back would be a good idea. Sure. But how many of these people necessarily were preppers and had it all wiped out? Okay. Imagine right now if you were the person who, okay, and you've got your canned food and your, 50 bars of soap, 100 bars of soap, 10 bottles of shampoo, whatever it is, everything that you need. And you watched your house go float down the river. And all that stuff is gone. And now you're like, the only thing you're left with is the clothes on your back. How long is it going to be till the insurance company comes to rebuild your house? Oh, that probably be years before these people get a new home. Maybe some of their homes are salvageable. Maybe it didn't float away. And now they have to go in and clean up the house. I talked to an organization this morning that what they're taking out is tools, all right? As in shovels, brooms, mops, drywall saws, so people can go in and try to salvage their homes. This is how desperate it is for these people, okay? And nothing against the people in Florida, nothing against the people in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, or anywhere else this storm is hitting. It's devastating for everybody. This is in my backyard. It's a lot easier for me to get all this done and go an hour and 15 minutes than for me to take a 15, 16 hour drive down to Florida. I'm hoping there's people down in Florida doing the same thing. But, if you live in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, wherever this thing devastated people, obviously you're going to help your own neighborhood. That's what I'd expect. But for those of you guys that have followed this channel for long enough, you know where my heart is, okay? I would give the shirt off my back to help somebody out who's struggling. And I want them to learn to get prepared for this stuff. And maybe a couple of people realize that there are still good people in this world, like you and me, who are willing to go out and do this, rather than sit around and watch a football game or, I don't know, not like you're going to go play golf in this weather, but, somebody could spend their Sunday afternoon doing that. No, there's good people in this world who are willing to give of themselves. The Christian thing to do, that thing that Kamala Harris is absolutely against. This is what I'm trying to accomplish here with your help. And believe me, I, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate everybody that is giving whatever they can to do this. You'll see it all. We're going to record it all. You'll probably see that Monday from the road trip, because the road trip's going to be tomorrow. But the shopping's got to get done today, and all the assembly's got to get done today, and I got to coordinate people and do all this sort of fun stuff. But this is how desperate the situation is for some people. I get it that not everybody in Joe's economy has the ability to donate. Some do, some don't. Prayers are greatly appreciated for these people. Prayers are greatly appreciated for me and the gang of crazy people that I'm going to take with me tomorrow that are willing to give up their day to go help somebody too. This is what we do, guys. This is preparedness. And sometimes it's overwhelming for people. It's up to us to make it just a little bit less catastrophic, that there is a little bit of hope for people. We'll do what we can, because ultimately we're still good people. Pinball out.